Well, hello everybody, welcome back to burntchurch. I hope everybody's having a good day. It's not bad here today yet. Now they're giving tornado warnings and stuff. Well, not tornado warnings, but they're giving tornadoes possible for us here about 2 or 3 o'clock today. It was a rough night last night, about 30 miles from us last night. They just kept giving warnings, thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings. I don't know whether or not they actually had a tornado or not. That was just the news kept coming on saying that they was having tornadoes, so I'm not real sure. But it made for a restless night. It seemed like just every time I went to sleep, it seemed like it would go off on the TV about tornadoes. And we didn't get a lot of sleep last night. That's one reason I'm on this little energy drink here today. My wife bought these last weekend at the grocery store. Some kind of peach mango energy juice drink. It's not supposed to be nothing like a Red Bull, I don't reckon. I hope it's not. If it is, I'll be running around this place here in a few minutes. I don't like those Red Bulls. They just make me nervous. But maybe this will help because I didn't get much sleep last night. Well, I thought what I'd show you here today is we've got this poplar sawed up. So I thought I'd bring you along with me as I figured the footage up on it. Now we're not going to figure this big stack. Daddy figured it yesterday. And me and my son came out yesterday and sawed this other stuff. So I'm going to figure the footage on this other stuff here. And we'll see what we got. With this book, with this little lumberman's book, it's not too hard to figure if everything's cut the same width. But we've got a bunch of different widths, wide boards, narrow boards. And I'll show you how we do it when we have a mixture of boards like this. It may not be the way everybody does it. This is just the way that we do it. And if there's ever any question about the footage, I usually subtract a little footage. I don't want to beat anybody. I want them to get their money's worth on what we saw. Let you see kind of how I do it. Probably won't be a very long video, but it could help somebody out. And somebody might can leave in the comments a lot easier way for me to do it. We've bent the forks on our forklift here. I think it's that one on the underside has gotten bent up. I think I can see the weld under there. Looks like it's broke loose. So we're going to have to get our buddy up here that does our welding to come over and fix that for us here real soon. So right here's kind of what this book looks like. It covers the even boards, the common boards that you're going to saw 1x4s and 1x6s. Just pretty much everything even up to about 16 or 18 inches. There's a 1x16. And then it'll go over to 1.25 inch boards. And what this does is it tells you like 1x8 right here, 8 foot long, has 5.5 feet in it. And then you can go on down the list. It'll tell you like 20 1x8s, 8 foot long, has 106 feet in it. So this book helps a lot. So on these that's all mixed up, like this stack right here, here's a 1x6, here's a 1x5, here's about a 1x7, here's a 1x8. What we do is we try to keep them stacked as tight as we can. This stack here is 41.5 inches wide. So what I'll do is I'll figure that's 5 8-inch boards. 5 8-inch boards will be 40 inches. So this stack here is 41.5 inches wide. So I know 5 8-inch boards is 40 inches wide. So I'm going to count each one of these layers here as 5 8-inch boards. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 layers tall. So 8 times 5 is 40. So that means I've got 40 1x8s in this stack right here, 12 foot long. So then I'll just go to this book and I'll find the 1x8s, and then I'll scroll down over here till I get to 40 of them. 40 1x8s, 12 foot long, has 320 feet in them. So that's how many feet that I have in this stack of lumber here. I've got 3 odd boards right here. 1, 2, 3 right there. That's not a full run. So I can just figure each one of them 3 boards and add it on to this 320 feet. Now I hope I'm explaining it where you can understand it. It's a little bit confusing, I know. So I'm going to write down 320 feet on this stack, plus whatever those 3 boards are. Them there's 41 inches wide. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 stacks high, so it takes 5 8-inch boards to go across there. It would be like 20 1x8s there. 10 foot long. That's 133 feet there. And that's how we figure stacks where there's all different widths in it. Now when you're doing it like this, we try to stack it as tight as we can. And you know, this stack was actually 41 inches wide, and 5 8-inch boards is just 40. So we're losing 1 inch on every stack. And like I said before, I don't want to try to add footage, so I just knock that 1 inch back to 40 inches. Because some places you're going to have a little crack when you're stacking them. They're not going to be tight together. And it works out pretty close for us like that. It's best if you can saw everything the same, but we usually don't have orders like that. Usually when people come in here, a lot of them want whatever it'll make. If it'll make a 1x10, they want a 1x10. If it'll make a 1x6, they want a 1x6. We have some orders that come and they want everything the same. There's probably apps out there that you could put on the phone where I could put the width and the height in and it would tell me. But it's not that big a deal to me. I just use this book. I don't have no idea where you could get a book like this. This is a Simmons Saw trademark series. I'll try to get a close-up. But that's how we do it here. We try to be as fair as we can be. But that's about it here. Just waiting on the storms to show up. It was weird last night. During all those warnings and things, there was an airplane. I just kept hearing it flying. Sound like this back and forth, back and forth. But then after it's got daylight today, it's not flying anymore. I don't know if it was a weather plane just tracking the storms or what, but it was just coming back and forth. But that was just weird. But anyway, I thank y'all for watching. I pray God blesses you, and I'll see you in the next one.